Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Rodney Gillette. I am the proud president of the Rotary Club of Colorado Springs, the most outstanding Rotary Club in the Pikes Peak region. Give yourselves a hand, everybody. Give yourselves a hand. Y'all look beautiful. It's great. It's Friday. It's April the 9th. And guess what's happening next week? We get more snow. And yeah, I know, right? And guess what else happens next week? Someone is going to turn 41 years old. And guess what else happens next week? We get to visit Dr. Michael Thomas and bring a check to D11. We'll talk more about that next Friday. In other news, the Small Business Week in the Pikes Peak region is coming up in May. Right now, the nominations for Small Business Week Awards are open till May the 2nd. It's always a great time to celebrate and support small businesses. The categories are Business Person of the Year, Veteran Small Business of the Year, Young Entrepreneur of the Year, Family Owned Business of the Year, and Business Champion of the Year. And I know you know people who deserve to be nominated for these categories. Just look at the people on this Zoom call. You're going to hear one of them speak in a minute. You're going to hear another one play some great music in a minute. I mean, there's so many that you could choose from here today. I appreciate you helping with that, and so does the community. Now, I am excited to bring to you today someone I have an incredible amount of respect for. I met her in my travels through the small business community that led me to an organization called BNI, Business Networking International. Through that journey, I met Charadie. What's up, Charadie? One of the sharpest, tenacious professionals I've ever met. She's a survivor. And I'm glad that BNI brought our paths together in business and friendship. And I am honored to have you here today to share your words of inspiration with us. Rotary Club of Colorado Springs, I give you Charadie Finkle. Charadie, floor is yours, my friend.
Thank you, Rodney, or at least I really don't mean thank you. I feel a little bit forced. You know, I love you, Rodney, and I'll do a lot for you. And had you not gotten that vaccination shot for my mom, I don't know if I would have said yes. As Rodney said, I am Charadie Finkle, and in my day-to-day, I do residential mortgages. I am a daughter, sister, wife, and mother, and I'm also Chinese American. My mom is full Chinese, my dad, European American. I don't know why we hyphenate things, but I've been thinking about my past lately and how some of my present has been changed. You see, I grew up in this melting pot of military installations going from post to post as an Army brat. And then later I married into the Air Force going base to base. One of our duty stations that we got to have the privilege of going to is RAF Lakenheath in the UK. Now, I loved the UK. My son was born there. We got to spend 4 years traveling. It was amazing. But our first few months there were rocky. So we stayed at RAF Lakenheath as our duty station, but we lived in Wanton, about 30 minutes away. On one particular day, on my ride home, this back country road, and it was a rare occasion that I didn't have my daughter with me, a car pulled out in front of me and we had a head-on collision. Now, as you can imagine, it was pretty bad. Flight for life, week in the hospital, cast ankle to hip. It was a bad situation. Here I am in a foreign country, no family, no friends, 2-year-old daughter, pair of crutches. What am I going to do? I go knocking on the neighbor's door because I need some help. And so next door, we're this wonderful couple, British grandma, Highland Scottish grandpa, that welcomed me in and helped me take care of the day-to-day. They were wonderful. During those times I would spend over there, my Scottish grandpa, with his very thick accent, understanding every maybe fourth word he was saying, loved to share his war stories about his time in the Korean War. It took about 20 stories for me to finally hear that he was saying those damn gooks. And when I finally heard it, I was taken back, tried to hide my offense because I love this man. I walked away with 2 lessons that day. One, that sometimes we can tolerate things out of respect, but they don't have to go hand in hand. And 2, that he was surprised by my offense because he said, "You're American. Why are you offended? You're American." Not Asian American, just American. This memory has been playing in my mind as I've been watching what's been happening in our world today. I am watching the news. I am seeing Asians being targeted, beaten, murdered. But this is not new. This is not new. Not new for Asians, not new for so many of us. It makes me think of the Chinese Exclusion Act that started in the mid-1800s and went into the early 1900s. It was a law that was put into place that grew over time. It started with just not allowing Chinese immigrants to naturalize, own property, defend themselves in court, had a special tax for Chinese people to work, and went on to stop being Chinese immigrants from entering the country altogether. The first and only time that that's ever happened in the US. Now, these civil rights violations, that's one of so many that I know you can all think of. So let's not act brand new to this, because it's not new. So how do I feel today about being an American? I am proud. I bleed that red, white, and blue. I love being an American. Why wouldn't I? I have been surrounded by veterans my entire life. I love being around veterans. You know why? Because their community, their mission is the same. They are united, they fight side by side, and oftentimes that transcends color, and it's beautiful. I see here in Colorado Springs, especially recently, that there has been an increase in funds being allocated to nonprofits, specifically with missions to support minorities in their education and their mentorship. I have seen leaders standing up, speaking their truth in a healthy, productive way. I know progress has been made, but I'm telling you, there's a momentum right now, and we can accelerate this progress. I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to step up. I want you to get involved. I want you to rise up when asked. I want you to rise up when you're not asked. And I promise you, I'm going to do the same. And we are going to fast forward this. Thank you so much, Rodney, for having me. I know you wanted me to talk about business maybe, but this is what I had to speak about. I appreciate you and appreciate everyone listening.
That was perfect, Charadie. That's exactly what I thought it would be. It was perfect, every word. Thank you so much for sharing that truth. You know, it's time. Let's use the momentum. Go ahead and knock down these walls and break these ceilings. It's time. It's time. So glad to be serving with you, Charadie, and all of you here on this call today. That's fantastic, man. Now, I would like to give to you another good friend of mine to give you our song of the day. I'm gonna let him introduce himself and take himself off mute and do his thing. Go ahead, my brother.
How's everybody doing? My name is Tony Exum Jr. I know a few of you in this group. Thank you, Rodney, for having me come in and just hang out for just a little bit. I'm the son of State Representative Tony Exum Sr., Colorado District 17, and I am a nationally known smooth jazz recording artist, and I'm also a radio host on Jazz 93.5 FM. And Rodney invited me here today just to play just a little bit of something for you. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you.
Holy smokes, Tony. Brother. You can't, dude. Sir, hey, sir, sir. Sir. That was dope. Man, hope y'all liked your concert there today. This is Tony Exum Jr. Google him. Look him up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. He's all over the place. Check him out at his next concert. Brother Tony, thank you, man. Thank you for coming through, brother. That was great. That was great.